What's up, guys? It's Faded. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing awesome as always. And last but not least, welcome to what a majority of the COD community considers the best game in the franchise, Black Ops 2. So covering the old games this week, I decided to save this one as kind of a grand finale because I know a bunch of you absolutely love this game to bits. So thanks for your patience as well as the support on the OG COD stuff this week. Now, I'd love to only upload this kind of stuff, but unfortunately this old COD hype train is going to derail fairly quickly and we'll all be back on Call of Duty Modern Disappointment 2. So I'll be sure to periodically come back to these games. Who knows, maybe I'll use gameplay for an off-topic commentary or something. Now, 99 times out of 100, you will see BO2 in S tier on somebody's COD tier list. So today we're going to revisit this game to find out if those opinions have some backing to them. So let's start from the top, the campaign. I'm not going to spoil the story, but it does bring back characters from Black Ops 1 and includes the first ever branching storyline. So this was something unheard of in Call of Duty up until this point, and it's pretty much the only Call of Duty with a branching storyline. One could make the argument that Black Ops Cold War has one, but the ending you get is solely based on your choices in the very last mission, as you don't get access to the evidence board again once you make your decision. But having as many endings as the BO2 campaign does, including side missions too, it offers tons of replayability. It's almost like you have to go back and replay it to see what you could have done differently. Now, the next thing we're going to discuss is the multiplayer, and the created class system got a massive overhaul. This is where we saw the debut of the Pick 10 system. So you would start out with a blank class, and each thing you added to your loadout costed 1 point. So if you wanted an extra grenade in your loadout, you'd have to sacrifice something to be able to have that, along with the introduction of wildcards, which allowed for 2 primary weapons, extra perks, extra attachments, and as I said before, all of this cost points, so it introduced a level of strategy in making your classes. If you wanted to run dexterity and dead silence, you'd have to get rid of something like your grenades or your secondary weapon, so nobody was really truly overpowered because there was always a trade-off in wanting to add more things to your loadout, and that's what I think made it fun. Weapons now have levels to them, so instead of Black Ops 1 where all the attachments were unlocked, you had to just have enough COD points to buy them. COD points are now gone and you have to level up your weapon to unlock all the attachments, and the score streak system also made its debut in this game. Instead of getting kills to earn your streaks, they're earned by score, so anything really from equipment usage to assists and kills, all of that builds up score and allows you to get your streaks like the UAV or attack dogs. Aside from select fire being one of the most broken attachments in this game, the multiplayer was almost perfectly balanced. When it came to the last Black Ops, which was my favorite one, BO1 had probably the worst weapon in perk balance. FAMAS and AUG were head over heels the best in all weapon slots. There was literally no reason at all to run anything beside Ghost and Silencer, and the netcode was even worse than Black Ops 2. This game did have some wonky netcode from time to time, but it never veered its ugly head as much as BO1 did. Okay, so now we're going to talk map selection, and this is where I'm going to get some hate, but in my honest opinion, it's rather lackluster, with some exceptions. So aesthetics and color are great, but that's not what I look for in a Call of Duty map. Aftermath is just another version of Downturn from Modern Warfare 3, and I don't think I've ever been in a lobby that willingly votes that map. Turbine and Carrier were great for trick shotting, but that was pretty much it. And the only maps that are really my cup of tea are Nuketown, Express, Plaza, Raid, Standoff, Hijacked, and Slums. There's not a lot to go around, and the maps really only work well in certain game modes. Another thing that I mentioned in the BO1 video was the wager match system. Those are gone in BO2. The game modes still remain in the party section, but they're not nearly as intense anymore now that the COD points are gone, so there's nothing to wager. Overall, I still do love the multiplayer very much, but it's just the maps that I mentioned. It just makes it almost feel like a death by 1,000 paper cuts type deal. Alright, so when it comes to discussions about which Black Ops game has the best zombies, you're going to have a toss-up between this game and Black Ops 3. So let's compare the maps. When it comes to Black Ops 2, we had 2 top 5 maps of all time. Those were Mob of the Dead and Origins. Black Ops 3 also had 2 top 5 maps of all time. Those were Der Eisendrache and Gorod Krovi, so fairly equal here. Let's take a look at Shadows of Evil from Black Ops 3. That's an amazing map, definite top 10 of all time. And then you add Revelations to that list, and then compare this to Die Rise and Buried. It's clear both Shadows of Evil and Revelations are way better. Yes, you can make the argument that Zetsubo no Shima is a love-hate type map, and that's low on the list. But when you compare it to Buried, Die Rise, and Transit, it's clear BO3 had way better maps than BO2. At the end of the day, it all comes down to your personal preference. That's why BO3 just barely outdoes BO2 for me. So when you wrap all this up, whether you're a pro or a casual player, you can definitely see that Black Ops 2 was the franchise's peak. Things started going downhill once Ghost released, and they really haven't been able to recapture the glory days since that point. Plus, Treyarch decided to be different with this game. This was the first near-future Call of Duty, not to the point of jetpacks, because we're still a long way out from that, but it's crazy now to think that in 2 years, Black Ops 2 will be considered a modern military FPS, at least within the game's timeline. And man, saying that really makes you feel old. But yeah, guys, thanks ever so much for watching this video. This entire week of just OG COD stuff has been some of the most fun I've had on YouTube in quite some time. Like I said, I'd love to just only upload this stuff, but the old COD is back hype train is going to die quickly, so I'll have to revisit these games in moderation. Anyways guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and share the video with a friend because all the support helps the channel greatly. And I will see you all in whatever video I upload next. Take care.